You know, from the time I was really as far back as I can remember, feeling that I should have been a boy. I should have been born a boy. You know, back then there really wasn't any frame of reference to what transgender was. I mean, of course, I was very young at the time, but my frame of reference was that there was the gay community. So I came out as a lesbian when I was 15 years old. And my mom was pretty mortified about the whole thing, you know, because here I was her only female-born child. So that's when all the arguing began. During the course of one of our arguments, she just flat out told me that one of us has to leave and it's not going to be me. She never told anything to my father. She didn't want to hurt him, so she never said anything to him. As far as he was concerned, I just disappeared. And he didn't know. Didn't understand why. The crowd that I found myself hanging out with, we were doing a lot of partying, a lot of hard partying. I got very, very heavily involved in drugs and alcohol. It still amazes me that I never committed suicide, because with the drinking and the drugs, fell into depression. Something still wasn't right. I wasn't feeling correct in my skin. You know, I'd get up in the morning and look in the mirror expecting to see this. And I was facing somebody completely different. You feel invisible. You feel invisible even to yourself. That no matter what I did, no matter who I associated with, I didn't fit in. I didn't fit. And you're just trying to figure out what's wrong. I had gotten to the point with the drugs and alcohol where I just couldn't do it anymore. My thought process switched from, I really don't care whether or not I die, to, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And it terrified me for the first time in my life. Luckily, I had met a few people that were in Alcoholics Anonymous. So I started going to meetings. One of my very good friends in program transitioned from female to male. The light bulb came on. This is what's going on with me. Of course, I mean, I look at everything that I walked through as a child and what I was expecting to see when I looked in the mirror every day. That's it. That is what's happening. And like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. And then came the fear. I had been dealing with cardiovascular disease. And it's one of the health risks in starting hormone therapy. The pivotal moment in walking forward was my honey and I were sitting in the backyard having the conversation about it all, and my fears of the health stuff and what problems that it could cause. She just looked at me and said, but what's the stress of not doing this going to do to your heart? And it was like, you're right. Our youngest, he was 9 when it was time to have the conversation with him. And the way we explained it was that I was born with a woman's body, but with a man's brain, and I am in the process of changing my body to match my brain. So we're like, you know, do you understand? Does this make sense? Do you have any questions? He's like, no, okay. So what's for dinner? And it was just like nothing. It's like, okay, Aunt, what's for dinner? You go through 6 months of therapy with a gender therapist. Then I went to go see my doctor, Dr. Horowitz, and started the process of hormone therapy. Within the first 3 weeks, the physical changes started happening. My voice started to lower, hair growth, hair loss. The very first time that I, like on a daily basis, it was like, sir, sir, sir. It was like, yes, yes, yes. And it's like, I'm starting to feel like I match. I finally, after 11 years of going through this, have found some peace and understanding that I'm just me. I now feel blessed that I've been able to live the first half of my life as a female and now living the second half of my life as a male, because embracing and loving the sensitive side of me and being okay with that, loving and embracing the strong side of me and being okay with that, and learning how to find that integration. There's a lot of trans guys out there that want to completely forget their female past. I don't. You know, the name given to me at birth was Diana. I'm grateful for Diana.
One of my friends at the time, early on in tattooing, was a lesbian, but she always told us that she was a man. To be honest, I wanted to cry a little bit because he was always kind of tormented by it. Don't ever let yourself be labeled by what other people label you. It isn't black and white, male, female, you know, it's a lot of gray, and I always think like that with everything in life, and it's less about the tattoo to me right now than it is about the issue of transgender. I just want to inspire a world to believe in themselves.